Clifford the Big Red Dog. Like, come on, what's so scary about it? It's such an innocent show. You have a young girl who loves her red dog so much that her love caused it to become massive. That's not scary at all, it's kind of cute. But as I'm sure you all have learned by now, is that practically every childhood show has dark secrets. Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today I'm bringing you the top 10 scary Clifford the Big Red Dog Urban Legends Part 2. Make sure to check out Part 1 to this video as well. With that being said, let's get spooky. Starting off this countdown, we have the blank screen. Legend goes that back in the early 2000s, a bunch of kids exhibited some weird behavior. Parents reported that their kids would just sit in front of a blank TV screen and claim that they were watching Clifford the Big Red Dog. Then after their show was done, they would start acting weird, like they would try to harm their parents or themselves, claiming that Clifford told them to do it. One kid cut off her hair. Another young boy tried to harm himself. In fact, the boy said that if he didn't do as Clifford told him to, then he was going to kill him in his sleep. To this day, they don't know what made the kids do this. I mean, they were literally staring at their TV screens that weren't even turned on. Maybe Clifford was the name of a ghost that was possessing these kids. Who knows? In our 9th spot, we have the scientists. Legend goes that Clifford was born as a result of a science experiment that went wrong. According to the legend, Emily Elizabeth's parents were scientists that would do illegal testings on animals in their secret lab. They started off experimenting on rats and other rodents, but eventually they started to do experiments on cats and dogs. Clifford was the first ever dog that they tried to do an experiment on. And Emily Elizabeth, as a huge dog lover, was super upset that her parents were doing such unethical testings. As a result, she went to the lab and turned off the power supply. This was right when Clifford was undergoing some sort of treatment, and it stopped it halfway through. As a result, it caused a mutation in his DNA, and that's why he turned red and grew so big. In our 8th spot, we have the SCP. There's a legend out there that suggests that Clifford is an escaped SCP. Yeah, you heard me correctly. And he's apparently a super dangerous one too. So this legend states that Clifford was once contained by the SCP Foundation. He is said to be a deadly, shape-shifting creature. One day, a guard slipped up and released Clifford. Clifford then shapeshifted into a guard and walked right out of the facility. Now, his main plan was to destroy the world by shapeshifting into some big creature. However, Clifford can only shapeshift into something that he is currently with. So he can't just shapeshift into this giant mutant creature. It has to be something that he's physically next to. The next form he took was of a dog, which happened to be Emily Elizabeth's dog. It was said that his weakness was love. So Emily Elizabeth managed to successfully contain a deadly SCP with her love. That's a funny legend, I like that one. In our 7th spot, we have the addiction. Apparently back in the early 2000s, there were several problematic Clifford episodes that were aired. Now, you would assume that they were problematic because of the content being shown, but this wasn't the case at all. In fact, the episodes themselves were completely harmless. However, it had a weird effect on the young viewers. Apparently, tons of parents reported that their kids were eerily addicted to the show. So much so that they became super violent and hysterical if the parents didn't let them watch the show. Tons of children had developed an unhealthy obsession with the show. As a result, they had to stop airing the show for a couple of years. When everything had cooled down, the show was brought back to air, and everything was fine. So parents still don't know to this day how or why this happened to their child. Making our way down the list, number 6, we have the chainmail. Ah, yes, chainmail. Gotta love those. Said no one ever. Now this one is quite disturbing. For quite some time, a chainmail was being sent around containing a picture of an evil Clifford. Clifford was shown to have sharp teeth and was bleeding from his eyes. The chainmail basically said that if you don't send this to 10 friends, then Clifford would come to your house at night and kill your dog. The only ones safe from this chainmail are those named Emily. So for all you Emilys out there, lucky you, you guys are all safe, and evil Clifford's got your back. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with the cursed image. This next legend began several years ago when people started to believe that Clifford was red because he was actually a demon. And apparently there's a picture out there that shows Clifford in his true demon form. But you never want to see this image, for it is said to be extremely cursed. If you happen to see this picture, then you will suffer from bad luck until the day you die. One person who has reportedly seen this picture claims that it's a picture of Clifford looking into the mirror. In the mirror's reflection, you see a black, humanoid-looking demon with sharp claws, teeth, and blood dripping from its mouth. That's what the demon that is possessing Clifford looks like. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that you don't go around trying to find this image online unless you want to be cursed for life. Moving on to number 4, we have the lost episode. Legend goes that a 15-year-old girl named Kelly ordered a VHS tape of Clifford off of eBay. The VHS was titled Clifford the Big Red Dog, Gross Objects. She had never heard of this episode, but she was a huge fan of the show, so she ordered it as a little gift to herself. This episode was apparently just filled with disturbing and gross things. Like, for example, in one scene, you see Emily Elizabeth taking a shower, but she washes herself with cooking fat and potato chips. Then other really messed up things are said to happen. Apparently the episode was so graphic and disturbing that it was reported to PBS Kids. Turns out that this episode never even aired, and it was never supposed to. It just ended up being leaked. In our third spot, we have the Lost Episode Part 2. There are just so many lost episodes out there, and this is another pretty creepy one. Basically, in this episode, the government seizes Clifford and starts to run illegal experiments on him. They believe that he is not a typical dog, but an alien dog or some sort of mutated species. Either way, he was deemed unsafe and taken away from Emily Elizabeth and her family. Now, in order to make sure that the word of this big dog never spread to neighboring towns, the government ended up killing Emily Elizabeth and all the people who have ever seen or encountered Clifford. They needed him to remain a government secret. The episode ends with Clifford dying after finding out that Emily Elizabeth was killed. Honestly, people could probably make that into some sort of sci-fi movie. In our second spot, we have the Bloody Dog. Legend goes that there was once a girl named Sally that was obsessed with Clifford. And I mean obsessed. She owned tons of Clifford plushies, her favorite color was red, and she would always watch the show. On top of that, she would dress up and act like Emily Elizabeth. Now, this is all kind of cute, except for one day she went a little too far. She was upset that her dog wasn't like Clifford. He wasn't red, he wasn't big, and he couldn't talk. As a result, she killed her dog and used his blood to paint him red. Then she cut him open and stuffed him so that he appeared to look bigger. And in our number 1 spot, we have the themed party. Man, I miss being a little kid, like going to friends' birthday parties. They were so much fun with like piñatas and loot bags. Man, good old days. I definitely miss that. Now, what does this have to do with Clifford? Well, legend goes that the parents of one little girl threw her a Clifford-themed birthday party. In fact, they even hired an actor that showed up wearing a Clifford mascot costume. This is when it started to take a dark turn. The Clifford mascot looked quite disturbing. It was covered in dirt and stains. It didn't look like a professional costume at all. But nonetheless, the kids were having fun and decided to play hide and seek with Clifford. While the kids were occupied, the mother phoned the company to complain about the mascot. When she got them on the phone, they apologized, saying that he was going to be late. He was still an hour away, meaning that the Clifford mascot in her house was an intruder. She got off the phone and ran down the stairs, but 2 kids were already dead. And that's all for today's video. Let's move on to our comment shout-out portion. I'll be shouting out more comments from my video, Top 10 Scary American Facts They Don't Want You to Know. Moonlight_Kitty Gamer commented, sometimes I feel like you should be a news reporter because of the way you talk, and I love your videos. Hello, and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. Yeah, I get that vibe, you know. Breaking news. Hello, and welcome to World News with Lindsay Ivan. ZZZ commented, hello, Most Amazing Top 10. You're my favorite show ever. Please give me a shout out. There you go. Thank you so much. Here's your shout out. Mike Barner Hall commented, hi Lindsay, hope you're having an awesome day. Hope you say hi back. Hi Mike. Hope you're having an awesome day. And that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see you. That makes me so laugh. It's so cringy. Moonlight_Kitty Gamer commented, sometimes I feel you... Moonlight_Kitty Gamer...